Thank you all for joining us. Welcome to the Why I Need podcast. And we're talking about the outcomes of the meeting at the White House on Monday. And the meeting was between multiple European leaders, including the Ukrainian president and also President Trump. They're looking to negotiate to get Russia back on board to guarantee security for Ukraine. They want a good ceasefire agreement. This meeting was definitely a tone shift from the last meeting that they had with Zelensky. The last meeting was horrible, but at this meeting, it was treated a lot better. And it looks like the vice president didn't really add much fuel to the fire, which was a good thing. And they also talked about potential maps withdrawal, especially for the area where Russia is currently occupying. So no formal discussion on, withdrawing of the borders, withdrawing of the maps. But it looks like, Putin might actually get what he wants. What do you think about the outcomes? I know we don't have any results to show for it yet, and it might take a few months before we, have solid results of this meeting. But what do you think on the current situation of things at this point?
For me, I think Putin is definitely going to get what he wants. I think most of those European leaders are just all talk, no action. When push comes to shove, they will all, disseminate. You will not find them again. I think the only person, this is my opinion, this is not a consensus, this is just my opinion. I think the only person in the position to broker peace or to bring both of them to the table is Trump. I don't think Putin listened to all those European leaders. I sincerely do not think he listened to Macron. He do not even listen to what Kestama has to say. He do not listen to any of those European Union leaders. I don't think he even regard them as his equal. I think the only person he's probably looking up to is Trump, and he knows that the only one in the position to either quote unquote punish Russia, the other guys they can just do nothing. They will just back and get back to their hole. So if I were Zelensky, I would definitely stop listening to especially Macron, because since the inception of that war, Macron has been involved. He has not been able to say anything. He hasn't been able to do anything. Maybe the few new guys are the Chancellor of Germany, maybe Giorgio Maloney. I think Giorgio Maloney was a little bit involved during the Biden's administration. Kestama is almost fairly new, But if I was Zelensky, I would definitely stop listening to Macron. Macron has nothing to offer. So I think, Zelensky should listen to Trump. But I know that, it will not be easy to, cede land to Russia. But there are some things in life that are just way beyond you that you have no control over. And some of those things are, who is bigger than you is already bigger than you. There is nothing you can do about it. But I don't know if there is no good security or there is no good deal or no good agreement in place. I don't think this is going to be the end. Even if Ukraine decides to give them the land that they are asking for in another 10 years, Putin may come back again and say he wants another part of Ukraine. So it may just be like a vicious cycle, something that will probably keep recurring every 10 years, and by that time there will not be Trump again. We don't know who we're going to have. So for me, I'm a bit confused, but if I were Zelensky, I would definitely stop listening to Macron and start carrying Macron along, because it doesn't look like he can do anything.
All right. And I definitely agree with what you say, that if you were to give Putin what he wants now, what is going to stop him from coming back 10 years later? And we know during Obama's presidency, he took Crimea and nothing really happened, right? But it looks like, Ukraine didn't put up a fight. So they thought maybe they had forgotten about it. And that is why he decided to move forward and try to annex some other Ukrainian lands this time, and it met strong opposition. Biden supported the Ukrainian people and sent them some, send them some military equipment to be able to fight back and defend their territory. So if we're to give him what he wants now, what's going to stop him from coming back in the next few years and ask for more things? If they don't give him what he wants, at least stop fighting Ukraine. Will they continue to fight Ukraine? But it looks like he's determined on what he wants. And if Ukraine runs out of military equipment or military aid from the U.S., Russia is going to take over everything. So I think it's important that they come into a very good agreement and put a permanent stop to Putin's aggression in that area. And depending on the side you belong, you may say that you know, Putin is just trying to reclaim what belongs to Russia in the last years when the Soviet Union was still a thing. And at this point, we know the land belongs to Ukraine now. Should Putin stop with the aggression or should he continue to, push forward? It's just sad that lives have been lost unnecessarily and we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to a day where there'll be peace in these two countries and they'll stop fighting each other, stop killing each other, and continue to progress and just enjoy life.
Yeah, I agree with you. There needs to be peace. Hopefully, the letter that Melania Trump gave to Putin, hopefully that will touch his heart. But other than that, I don't really see. I honestly and truly do not see anything that will make Putin to back down. You can't threaten him with sanction again. I think they have sent the worst of sanction. Whatever you're going to do, I don't think is going to phase him. They, in order to circumvent some of those sanctions, even, trying to set up a break, that will remove them from the US or whatever payment system, and start trading with other partners. I really do not see what will make him to fold. In terms of experience, he's way more experienced than a lot of these people. He has way more experience. He have seen these people, come up from the rungs of the development. He can almost predict all of them. And they will be gone and he will still be in power. So he is not really playing like a short-term game. He's playing a long term. It's just like the fight between China and the US with Xi Jinping and Trump. Xi Jinping is not playing a 3 years game. He's not playing a 5 years game. He's playing a game for life. He will be there for life. Trump will come and go. Trump probably have another 3 years. So by the time Trump leave, Xi Jinping will still be there. So that is the kind of game that Putin is playing. By the time Trump leaves, he will still be there. By the time Kestama leaves, he will still be there. In fact, since after Boris Johnson, they've had another lady that was prime minister. She left, and Kestama is here. And Kestama will leave, and Putin will still be there. And Macron will leave, Putin will still be there. So he's definitely not playing today's or 3 years game with them. He's playing a long game with them. I honestly and truly believe that those European leaders, there's nothing they can do for Zelensky. And I think he should stop listening to them and just come to terms with the war and probably maybe man up and call Putin and just talk it out with him and then let them shake hands and then get it over with.
Yeah, we don't know what the end game is with Putin. So right now, he's not looking to back down, and hopefully they can quickly work out a deal and stop the war and let the Ukrainian people, like the Russian people, continue to relate with each other. They're neighbors. They're supposed to be relating with each other. Need to be doing businesses with each other.
Oh yeah, just like in our previous episodes, I said, do not pick up fight with whomever you think that have the ability to crush you. I think that is what Ukraine is in for. Russia, if not because of United States, Russia would have probably crushed them a long time ago. So I think his best bet of maybe having some kind of peace is just for him to lean towards Trump. Let Trump, slowly exert some kind of pressure on the Putin and see if Putin will cave in. But other than that, I don't really see anything that will make Putin to back down. Maybe this is another time for Zelensky to just pick up the phone and call Putin and say, "My big brother, come on, let's talk," and then they can talk it out and then get this over with. For their country to get back on, economic prosperity and for their people to get back to normal and everything for them to go back to normal and stop destroying their infrastructure. And thank you for listening and thank you for your support. Let us know what you think. What do you think will bring peace between Russia and Ukraine? Do you think Trump will be able to broker this peace? Do you think Zelensky's best bet is the European leaders like Macron, Kastama, Giorgio Meloni and stuff? And those people, let us know what you think in the comment section. Thank you and have a good night.